Today I'm going to be taking a look at some of the most viral songs from last year, and I'm going to try and figure out what is it about these songs that made them go so viral. Was it the way that these songs were produced? Was it, similar drums, similar melodies? Was it some type of secret ingredient in all these songs that achieved massive success? I don't know the answer, but we're going to figure it out today. In this video, I'm going to be using LALALai to basically take a few songs, run them through LALALai, basically try and dissect what is it about these songs that made them go so viral. If you guys aren't familiar with LALALai, it's our own website that uses AI to basically separate any stem files of any track. So you can take a full song, load it in LALALai, separate the vocals from the instrumental, and then also separate cool things like the drums, bass, electric guitar, pianos, synthesizers. It's kind of cool for me as a producer because then I can use it as a learning tool to figure out how to make better beats, how to make better songs. I know that sometimes when you're listening to a song, it's hard to pick up on everything. I love basically isolating everything and hearing everything easier. So if you guys want to check out our website, I will leave the link in the description. And this is also exciting because the new Orion update, it's basically like the software update for LALALai, has just gone live, which means that this is going to be improved file splitting, higher quality, faster processing, just a whole bunch of really great stuff. So I'm going to leave that link in the description if you guys want to check it out. Okay, so I think that what we need to do first is I think that we need to look up the most viral songs of 2023. Okay, so this is just a massive list by Google. Let's see. I know this song, I couldn't stop hearing this song for a while, so I want to take a look at that one. I feel like this one too, Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red. And then at the end of the year, I couldn't stop hearing this song, this Lovin' on Me by Jack Harlow. What is about this beat that just everybody loves? Okay, so let's start with the Boy's a Liar song. I've got the MP3. I'm just dropping it in here. First, I want to take out, I don't know, let's just try the drums first. I was thinking of trying just the vocal and instrumental. For me as a producer, the vocal is not really my territory, so I just want to figure out what it is about these beats that have made the songs go so viral. All right, so this should basically separate the drums from the entire track. So when I click this, it should play just the drums. So I know that part is obviously your classic drill rhythm. It's a very trendy drum progression right now, right? Yeah, it just gets your head moving, right? It's got good energy in the drums. I think that that's like one big thing with the song. Even throughout the song, listening to the preview, it has the drums playing that drill melody, right? So I think that with this song, I would definitely say that the drums are trendy. That's, I think, the biggest thing with this song is that it's following that trendy drum line. Let's take a look at the instrumental, and then I might take the drums out of that. And what's cool is with LALALai, you can do all this stuff. Okay, so I just separated just the instrumental from the vocals. I always think it's kind of cool to listen to the vocals on their own too.
Take a look inside your heart. Is there any room for me?
Sounds so good. But then the instrumental on its own. See, the way it's even starting is with just the drums. Again, catchy drum pattern. Okay, so let's try and take out the instrumental from the vocals, and then let's dissect the instrumental on its own a little bit. Okay, so I've got the instrumental here. I'm basically going to download the instrumental, and then I'm going to take that instrumental, and I want to hear everything else other than the drums, because we've already figured out, like, what kind of drums this song uses. Let's just listen to some of the other elements. Okay, so I'm picking up on I guess a couple different things here when I'm listening to this. I mean, I could separate it more by the electric guitar and other elements too, which is super neat. But I'm picking up a few things that I didn't really notice when I was listening to the full track and with the drums in it, is that the chord progression is very minimal and it's repetitive, right? There's like 3 or 4 guitar strums that they sound really nice and they just keep playing over and over. It's basically almost like 2 bars of a guitar loop that keeps playing on repeat. So I think it gets stuck in people's heads, and then they build out the energy through some of these other just melodic elements. There's a lot of ear candy, and I think that that's one thing that makes this song, the song that it is all of the ear candy, all of the sound selection, all of the kind of like cute lo-fi, little synths, almost like video game music. I feel like it fits the song perfectly. Fits both the artists perfectly. Rhythms, the guitar's only playing, a 2-bar guitar loop with some other instruments that, kind of play the notes over and over again. It's this repetition. I think with this song, I think that's what helped it go viral, was the repetition. All right, moving on here, I want to take a listen to this next track, which I said was Paint the Town Red by Doja Cat. So let's separate the drums from this track and listen to what it's all about. Another thing that I notice as a producer when I listen to these drums, even though I'm only hearing a couple seconds, sound selection, really important with this one. They have these mainstream, hip hop drum sounds. Personally, I think I've heard that snap sound so many times in DJ Mustard songs and, Chris Brown songs. Sound selection is definitely important. Okay, so now I want to take out the vocal from the instrumental, and then I'll see if there's anything I can listen to the instrumental on its own. I might have to take out the drums again like I did the last time, but I just want to see if there's something, is there something I'm missing with this song? So this is really cool to note, and I'm sure I could have listened to it before too and made note of it, but I know with this song that there is this kind of sample that plays in the beginning, right? And I can play both of them together here. I was actually talking about vocal samples in this live stream I did on the channel recently. I'll put that clip in here. Music. I feel like when a human hears another human's voice, it just kind of catches their ear, right? You could hear like the coolest drum beat and the coolest synth sound and the coolest bass line ever, but I just feel like everyone is attached to the human voice. Yeah, so there's these vocal samples, again, they just play in the first 18 seconds, but I think it's just something that captures people's attention. It just grabs your ear, right? So I notice another thing when I'm listening to, these 10 seconds when I guess the chorus starts. There's not too much complex stuff going on in this song. It's a good groove, it's a good sample, it's good drums. Doja Cat obviously has good energy in her vocals, but it's just the same loop kind of playing over and over, right? I just separated the bass because I wanted to listen to that 808 playing, and LALAI allows me to do that, so let's listen to just the bass on its own. Again, that's two notes that the bass is playing. Very simple rhythm. It goes along with the drums too. It's a very simple drum pattern, but it's just not overcomplicating it. It's just setting the scene for the song. I think that's what this beat does really well, is just it paints the mood. It paints the picture. Okay, let's go to the third song here. Now I want to start just by taking out the vocals in the instrumental. Now this was a song by Jack Harlow that I remember right before Christmas, and in November and December, I was hearing this song all the time, and I love this song. I just separated the vocal and instrumental at first because I want to just hear, let's just hear the instrumental. Okay, so I noticed that with this instrumental, it's the same thing as some of the other songs. It's a simple, I don't want to say simple, but it's a repetitive loop of the bass line that's basically playing. It's, I think, just a couple notes that they're playing over and over. But again, it's the same foundation that once they set up, they just continue to loop it over. And I wanted to separate the vocal from the instrumental from this one because I've listened to this song so many times. I know that the way that this song starts is, again, with a vocal sample. And I believe it's sampled from another song, but again, it's just, you hear the vocal sample and your ears perk up, a different way. It just catches your ear. It's those 9 seconds that for a lot of people, that's probably the most memorable and the most catchiest part of the song. And definitely no disrespect to Jack Harlow at all, but the producers and whoever was working on that song put that vocal sample in there for a reason and kept it in those first 9 seconds, because that's the part that's grabbing everyone's attention. That's something that's super, super memorable, super, super catchy. And you know what? I feel like you can even use LALAI to achieve that, right? You can take an old song like the one that was sampled for, or even the one from the Doja Cat record, load it in LALAI, separate the vocal from the instrumental like I did this, and then you can add, this old school vocals with this new school bass line. And that's all that is definitely possible to do with LALAI. And I think that's just a really good example of how you can separate stems and then create something new with it. And that's what I always love doing in my music, and I'm always so impressed, and just like I love when I see other producers and artists and musicians do that with their songs. So I don't know, this was actually kind of really neat for me to see as a producer. I'm kind of thinking now, like, maybe I don't need to overthink things so many times. Maybe once I have a good foundation set up, some good catchy elements, you know, some good trendy stuff, some vocal samples, some memorable moments, I don't need to really overthink my beat. Aside from that, I have that foundation, and then I can just stitch it to the rest of the song, take away elements, add more elements, build off of it. But I think with these 3 songs, what made them viral was the trendy sounds, the catchiness of the melodies or vocal samples, and the repetition. You know, it gets stuck in people's heads the more often that they hear it. So hopefully this video helps you guys. I know it helped me. If you guys want to check out our website, LALAL.AI, start splitting these stems like this, learning from them, making your own beats better, making remixes, all that fun stuff that you can do. We'll leave the link in the description below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.